Graduates, families and guests. Lucy Nugent, Chief Executive, Liam Dowdall, Chairperson of the Hospital Board and Board members, academic partners from the School of Nursing and Midwifery in Trinity, and nursing and multidisciplinary colleagues, I am delighted to say a few words on this very special occasion. My name is Anya Lynch, Director of Nursing and Integrated Care, and it is my pleasure to address you as the graduates of 2021. Unfortunately, we need to remain virtual for a second year, but let me assure you that this is no less a special day for yourselves and your families and for the nursing service in Tallaght University Hospital. We are very proud of each and every one of you. 2020 is the year that changed the world, the year of the nurse and midwife that we could not have expected or planned for. COVID-19 has changed the way we live, socialise, work, interact with each other and deliver healthcare. We have seen that continued into this year and it will continue for the foreseeable future. The pandemic has raised the visibility of nurses like never before and affirmed that they are indispensable to healthcare. I'm very proud of the response of over 1,200 nurses here in the hospital, each of whom have worked tirelessly to care for patients in very challenging circumstances. They have come to work, leaving their families behind. My nursing colleagues carry out their work with care, compassion, commitment and courage, using clinical expertise and complex skills, innovation, determination and tenacity. This has never been more obvious to me than this year to date. Patients and families have placed their trust in you as student nurses over the last 4 years. You have treated them with dignity and respect. Despite barriers such as masks and PPE, your touch, your reassurance, your eye contact and smiles behind the masks, your calm voices have helped them to get through a very difficult and frightening period in their lives. In many cases, you needed to assume the role of family members who were unable to visit. You have made a difference in the lives of all those patients who have passed through Tallaght University Hospital, and we also remember those who did not survive, and I know you will carry those memories in your hearts for many years. Annette Kennedy, an Irish nurse and recent president of the International Council of Nurses, outlined the value and importance of nursing late last year when she said that nurses have to be part and parcel of every policy-making decision. We have to be central to the strategy and the task forces. We have to advise the decision makers to have a better future, a better society and a better world of healthcare. Each one of us can make a difference, but together 27 million nurses can change the world. And this year we can start to see that. The future is in our hands. The future is in your hands. You're on the cusp of a wonderful career with so many opportunities, and we are delighted that so many of you are staying with us. Tallaght remains a great place to work. You will continue the Tallaght ethos of people caring for people to live better lives in a hospital without walls. You will be part of our Magnet for Europe journey to improve the working environment for healthcare staff. You are the future of nursing, strong voices for further change, and you will champion issues like integration, social inclusion, diversity, global health and environmental issues. You are advocates, innovators and leaders. Congratulations once again. The future is bright with you in our world, and at this point I would like to share a poem with you. This poem was commissioned by the Irish Association of Nurses and Midwives last year and is by poet Catherine Ann Cullen. The poem is called Pathfinders. You are the nurses and midwives. Through the corridors you flow like vital fluids. You are the earthbound gods and goddesses, the matron saints, the techno-druids, pathfinders through our conditions, custodians of passage and portal. Almost superhuman, you push against your limits till we forget you're mortal. You ease us into life, steer us down the birth canal, applaud our first breath, pull us back when we teeter, hold us when we cross over, into life, into death. Down the dark tunnel of the night shift, a young nurse hears her loneliness throb, forgets herself to make each person belong on a homesick ward, all part of the job. Clasping a hand, holding a phone so someone could say, "Dad, I love you so much." You were the birth partner breathing through labour to joy and relief. Or when the news hurt, you held the silence, sharing the grief. Dark straits to navigate, but you'll set your course calmly, steer safely, help us cope. You've been here before, or some nurse has. You look up, map the journey, hitch your trolley to a star of hope. I would now like to introduce my colleague, Dr. Ger Shaw, Nursing and Midwifery Service Director of the Office of Nursing and Midwifery Services Director within the HSE and Assistant National Director, Office of the Chief Clinical Officer. Dr. Shaw strategically leads and manages the ONMSD to ensure the provision of professional nursing and midwifery guidance and expertise at a corporate and service level to develop the capacity and capability of nursing and midwifery professions in order to maximise their contribution to safe and person-centred care.
Good afternoon. My name is Geraldine Shaw, Director of the ONMSD. On behalf of myself and the staff of the ONMSD, I'm delighted to wish all the new graduates of Tallaght University Hospital every success in your future career. There's lots of opportunities in Ireland now with all of the healthcare reforms and lots of positions arising in nursing and midwifery, so the future is very bright. I know from Anya that most of you intend staying in Tallaght University Hospital, and we're all absolutely delighted about that, as we would like to hold on to our new graduates here in this country. I look forward to seeing you all as the future nurse leaders of nursing and midwifery in Ireland, and I wish you all the very best for your celebrations today, and do enjoy.
Thank you, Dr. Shaw. At this point, it is time to introduce the graduates individually.
Congratulations. If ever the word congratulations was meant, it was meant for your year group. The past 20 months, we all have realised how precious, how fragile human life is. Thank you for the extraordinary sacrifices you and your families have made to allow you to care for our patients, especially those with the coronavirus and those who are facing end-of-life care in our hospital. How much you, the nurse, meant to these patients. I invite you to take a moment to pause, to reflect on these experiences that have formed you, these experiences that have shaped you to be a compassionate and caring nurse. And take a moment to look towards your hands. Hands that have cared and nursed our patients. And we pray a blessing upon you and these hands. We ask you, God our Creator, to bless the hands of our nurses. To bless you and to bless you as you begin your nursing career. We ask our Creator God to surround you, protect you, to fill you with His joyful presence as you begin to care for all our patients. Now we would like to welcome our Tallaght University Hospital Choir, who will be joining us to debut their new song, One Heartbeat, written by your fellow Tallaght University Hospital colleagues about the challenges faced throughout the past year. The singing of this song was in adherence to the guidelines during the recording of the performance. So enjoy this song, it's for you, One Heartbeat.
The smile that comes from singing together, the purest note of every song. It we know that we belong. Our road ahead is bright with hope. Soon we'll embrace again, like birds that sing while flying free, uplifted by our energy. One heartbeat, one song. As we sing together, we know that we belong. One heartbeat, one song, one song. As we sing together, we know that we belong. We belong. As we sing together, we know that we belong.
As the class representative of the Tala University Hospital General Nursing Group of 2021, affiliated with Trinity College Dublin, it is my privilege to participate in our virtual nursing graduation ceremony. On behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to thank the following staff: our Chief Executive Officer, Miss Lucy Nugent, and our Director of Nursing, Miss Anya Lynch, for facilitating our clinical training in Tala University Hospital, the Assistant Directors of Nursing and the Nursing Practice Development Team, including our Student Allocation Officer, Helen Teague, for their part in assisting us to complete our programme. And likewise to the staff of Children's Health Ireland, other external placement sites and Trinity College Dublin. We would particularly like to thank our clinical placement coordinators, both past and present, over the course of the last 4 years, who gave us invaluable support and guidance. We appreciate your advocacy and on our behalf and your dedication to your roles. I am sure that my graduate colleagues and I would agree that it was through many hours of hard work, particularly in the last number of months, that got us here today. We would like to express our thanks to all the clinical nurse managers, clinical nurse specialists, facilitators, preceptors, and the members of the multidisciplinary team, whom, without their knowledge, patience, teaching, we would not have been here today. We also thank the patients and their families for what they have taught us, which are often the most valuable of lessons. We will always remember them. And last but not least, our own family and friends, an enormous thank you for everything you have done for us, your unwavering love, support, kindness, and when we needed it most. This year, our family and friends have sacrificed more than ever, which has not gone unnoticed. As we go our separate ways and begin our new journey as a staff nurse, I hope we acknowledge and celebrate the fantastic achievement and how far we've come. It is important to remember back 4 years ago when this moment was difficult to even imagine. We should be immensely proud of ourselves, and congratulations to all and the best of luck in the future.
Hello, my name is Christina Lydon, Assistant Director of Nursing in Nurse Practice Development. I have the honour now of announcing a number of awards in recognition of nursing excellence. The award for the Honorary Clinical Lecturer is awarded in collaboration with Trinity College Dublin to a staff nurse and a nurse manager within each clinical directorate, as an acknowledgement of the significant contribution that these nurses have made to the clinical education of nursing students. It is awarded to nurses who formally and informally facilitate clinical nurse education at undergraduate and postgraduate level within the hospital. The winners of this award for 2021 are, in the Medical Directorate, Reese Zamora Barbitos, former Clinical Nurse Manager 1, Burkett Ward; Rhoda Byrne, Staff Nurse, Webb Ward. In the Perioperative Directorate, Valerie Doherty, Clinical Nurse Manager 2 in Ormsby Ward, and Sue McConnell, Staff Nurse, Franks Ward. Congratulations to all our newly awarded Honorary Clinical Lecturers. I would also like to acknowledge the tremendous work of the clinical placement coordinators and student allocation liaison officer, who support the nursing students during their clinical placements throughout the 4-year nursing degree programme. The clinical placement coordinators and student allocation liaison officer are instrumental in guiding, supporting, facilitating and monitoring practice-based learning among the undergraduate nursing students. Likewise, clinical nurse managers and preceptors provide practice-based learning in a supportive clinical learning environment. A special acknowledgement also to the clinical facilitators who support and guide the new graduates in their new role as registered nurse. I would now like to take this opportunity to congratulate the graduate nurses sincerely again on behalf of all my nursing colleagues here in Tala University Hospital. To our 60 newly registered general nurses, we are truly very proud of each one of you and your achievement today. We wish you great success as well as a long and happy nursing career. And if I may, a word to your parents, partners, family members and friends who've supported you throughout the difficult times when you were under pressure to meet an assignment deadline while on clinical placement at the same time, or before exams, or after a difficult shift. This is a day of celebration for you too. Thank you to all our guests for joining us online on this special day. The celebrations for this significant milestone in your nursing career is very different this year. Nonetheless, I hope you still take the time to celebrate your achievement.